Natürlich, Roger. Good to see you back. Another European champion in our field is the 2009 champion, Kevin Stoke. Kevin with Rover DTG.
Ah, good morning. Hadn't seen you there. It's just it's my daily morning routine, having a nice cuppa and watching some équitation, as they say in French. Now, I am a bit of a music snob. I do come into a music piece and overanalyze it sometimes, misunderstanding some of the lyrics. But hey, it's a job that most people will pull down, but not me. I really love this life. It doesn't necessarily make me a bad person. No. It's just to say that I'm very expressive with my values. Yes, being a snob is a mantra for me, and why not? The world needs more quality-conscious consumers of art. And maybe this is where my distaste for UK hip-hop lies. You see, it's not a glamorous thing to be a music snob that sees the lack of variety within UK music. And I don't do this so that I can be in persona non grata at all the motives or the turn-ups. No. But gosh, the role of the music snob has to be occupied by somebody, and if that man has to be me, then by golly, the great brave hot beard, it shall be me. And I mean, how could I not have such antipathy for UK music? I mean, look at the state of it.
But when I try to fight with the devil, the demons hold me. So I just embraced it. Man, fuck it, the shit feel amazing.
All of this dough we spent on smoke, Lord knows I could've invested. How many times have I touched them kids, the whole up block's been molested? How many times have I touched them kids, the whole up block's been molested?
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
By golly, has no one told these chaps that they're allowed to use different rhythms? What sort of message do they tell the rest of the world about the fine gentlemen of the album? Are we but mere copycats? Imitators of each other's dexterity, with no variety in neither tone, cadence, topic, nor color of each other's stories? Nonetheless, I don't know what they could possibly be trying to say about the Albion. I'm not from the UK, I am from Zimbabwe. And in Zimbabwe, we make the most creative, hard-hitting, groundbreaking, experimental pieces in which we only talk about enterprise, productivity, and great scholarly endeavor. Who had that in here? Who was it? You? Arrest that man and lock him away. But first, have him whipped. Well, anyway, now that we've taken care of the young Sorrel over there, perhaps it's time to review Rover by S1mba. Look, I might be one of those Zimbabweans who, before he knows that somebody is Zimbabwean, will treat them just like the regular, smegular public persona. But then after I find out that they're Zimbo, I go into pure fanboy mode. I mean, I did it with Tandy Newton, Tinashe, and Agurira, and by golly, I would not be damned before I did it with S1mba too.
She said she coming with her best friends cause she saw a young nigga pull up in the Rover. Now she said she wanna come over, yeah, but I don't want no lover. I just wanna make the mulala.
Okay, so to get to the sound, I'm sick and tired of this accent. So to get to the sound of Rover, there's a lot of fusion that's going on here. The musicology fuses elements from UK house to garage's softly synthesized keys that were obviously Caribbean steel xylophones, to using American trap beats that sort of takes out the on beats entirely and focuses the arpeggios on the first and second bar to create this syncopation that gives the tune its really dance-like feature. And if you're confused by this right now, then I don't blame you. A lot of music is fusion these days, with artists taking combinations from other genres and making just one sound. But the current state of British music right now, the sound, it marks some of the cultural shifts that has been happening within the Black British diaspora. Sure, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, the island was taking influence from the far west, incorporating reggae, dancehall, rock, disco, and jazz in order to create the garage, the grime, the two-step, and all of that. And even back then, it was still kind of confusing. For a lot of people, for a lot of British people in that era, it was kind of difficult to put a mark down on what the sound was.
What you call it? What you call it? Garage? Garage? Urban? What you call it? Urban? Urban? Two-step? What you call it? Two-step? Two-step? Tell us what you call it. Garage? I don't care about garage.
And then in the 90s and 2000s, we see more immigration from Africa this time, due to the huge deficit in nurses. And that generation's kids are currently stamping their roots onto the UK's music scene. The biggest artists in the UK right now are African descent, Stormzy, Michael Dapper, J Hus, you know? Did I just say Michael Dapper? But it's not like they're eviscerating the UK culture of ops and thoughts and wicked skengman in it. But like Burna Boy says, music started in Africa, and the current surge in Afrobeat typed tunes is sort of just like the circle coming back to the motherland. Did I just say motherland? With Afro beats as the base for the UK's new sound, any Don just adds whatever sound on top of that foundation. But anyway, now that I've cracked the notes, J Hus, Tion Wayne, Rams, and of course Simba's secret, not so secret formula, I'm gonna conquer the world!
Coming with the brethren, cause she saw a young nigga pull up in the Rover. Now she said she wanna come over, yeah, but I don't want no love. I just wanna make the mulala.
So Rover is as if Simba's mom found out that he was doing music, and he knows he's being watched, so he only sings about things that he knows she'll like not being fixated by girls. See, this tune is a slight dig at the sudden fangirls that artists or anyone who gets big gets when they suddenly make it. Instead of falling into the trap of fake friends, Simba is only going to mind the balance sheet. Because hey, look, mama's gonna have her 100 bags on that. So miss me with the video vixens and... Oh wait, who's that? Is that the same girl as... No, it's not, right? That's two girls. Come on, Simba, I'm trying to back you up here. Well, look, it's only two girls, right? I actually call that strategy because, you know, he knows that there's an insatiable need for Nyash on the screen, and if he doesn't fulfill that, then the video gets 0 views, and he needs his money. So, you know, the video vixens were needed for the yeah.
I love being paid. I don't want you, no, I don't want bait. Tryna get my funds up in numerous ways. Couldn't give a damn what a nigga gotta say.
Yeah, I read a quote recently that the more you ascend in terms of social status, the more lonely you get. It's just something about that ambition, that need for success that brings out the type A personality within everybody. So I don't look at this bar and say, he clearly hates women. No, he just loves the grind and ambition more. Like Jake said, I only love my bed and my mama, I'm sorry. So there's that similar attitude from Simba, where yeah, there have been girls on the past, but the brands just didn't match. And he'll be doing himself a big disservice if he had continued on with that relationship. So good on you, sir. Here's your Quran.
I ain't got time for a honey, but I got time for this money. Check the bright side, man, it's sunny. I ain't being funny, I ain't into the love, and I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, let's just ignore that he's saying he doesn't have time for honey, but he has a girl in his car right there, you know. I mean, why would you claim that you don't have time for women when you went through so much effort to get a girl who's nicely dressed and nicely beat up? Like, why would you pick that girl up at her yard if you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, babe, you know, love to get really romantic with you right now, but don't really have the time, really. I mean, why would you pick her up then? Yeah? But I picked up on a reference there into popular music that really highlights the world of globalization and fusion that I was talking about earlier. Because when he mentions for one to check the bright side, I think he's referring to the Killer's Lads in the Bar, Let's Go Get Smashed hit, which describes an out of it lead describing his unfounded jealousy because his girl is very attractive. Jealousy that makes him think that his girl is cheating in the room next to him when it's all just in his head. Yeah, he references Mr. Brightside because he doesn't want anyone watching at home or any op waiting for him at the nearest bus stop. My apologies. Any op waiting for him at the nearest car rental dealership. He's saying to those guys, hey, I know I might be coming off a bit full of myself, but I'm just a young man driven to take over the world, be the next Black Panther, and save all the penguins. He's just asking them not to be too jealous or not to take it too deeply that he's being a bit of an ass. But you know what? I'm gonna stop mucking about. This is a good song. I like it, and it was made for a specific reason. You shouldn't take this song too seriously, like I was. It's a banger to be played in the club, or on the ride on the way to the club, or outside the club, and most importantly, at the black barbecue. So this is a 7 out of 10 for me because it just fulfills that. Of course, the sound of this tune is all largely part of the production, but S1mba delivers us with a hook that even a recently immigrant 10-year-old could pick up. You know, it's simple and it's repetitive and it's catchy. And the song is bright and lovely. The color palettes within the music video just show that this is a song not about most other drill songs, which are strangely short in such a dark circumstance. I don't know, is the UK quite dark? The song is bright and lovely and short, so it's good enough to keep people's attention. It's a solid radio tune that was meticulously drawn up by these money-hungry ambitionaires whose data-driven decision-making calculated the optimal music techniques to lure in the listeners. That's probably why it's a track that was released by an independent artist, has reached platinum, and still charts on GRN top 10. You know, I mean, that's it. But yo, please, can we stop listening to Keisha Becky? Please. But hey, you know what it is coming out the 263. I just gotta big up my Zimbos doing big outside the country. Skamombre Maokoyo!